Look what we are making today. You've got to be excited. We are making stuffed poblanos with mango, avocado, and cucumber salsa. This is going to be so delicious. And you know the best part about it? It's vegetarian. So all of you that are watching that have been dying for a vegetarian recipe, today is your day. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do, I've got some poblanos. Now, what we're going to do, come on over here. I'm going to put these on here and I'm going to let these toast up until they have black, blistery splotches all over them. While that's going, back here in this pot, I'm going to add 2 cups of vegetable broth to my pot. And then we're going to use something called quinoa. Now, if you haven't heard of quinoa before, quinoa is actually produced in South America in the Andes Mountains. And it is a great substitute for rice. And I wanted to use it today because it's gluten-free and it's something that you haven't seen me use before. So what we're going to do, you make it the same way you make rice. So it's two cups of broth to 1 cup of quinoa. And what we'll do is we'll bring our broth to a boil, and once it's boiled, I'm going to add 1 cup of the quinoa, cover the lid, and then I'm going to turn my heat down to a simmer. Alright, this is ready to add. So we're going to add the grain right in there. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a swish, put the lid on, and turn it down to simmer. And we're going to let that go until all the liquid evaporates. Usually that's 15 to 20 minutes. And I don't suggest that you peek a lot. So about 10-15 minutes in, take a peek, see how it's doing. These are ready. What we'll do is we'll put these you can put these in a plastic container, anything you want to put them in. But you're going to want to cover them with plastic. So I just use a plastic grocery bag. And then I'm just going to cover those. And what's going to happen is they're going to become moist and easy to peel because of the humidity that's going to form inside the bag. So we're just going to let that sit for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll check it, and then we'll peel them. Okay, we're ready for the next step. We're going to take off the bag, and then as you can see, it's become loose and easy to peel. Everybody has their own way of doing this. I just peel that skin right off. So we're going to peel the skin off, and then this one already kind of has a little slit in it, so I'll just kind of slide down, and then I'm just going to remove the seed that's inside of there. So you're going to peel it and remove the seed. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put together the salsa that's going to go over the top of these. What we've got is I've got 1 mango that I diced up. I have a half of a red onion, some cilantro, I just grabbed a handful of cilantro, 2 serrano chilies, a half of a cucumber that I diced up, and an avocado. So we're just going to add those all together. And you could really do this so many different ways. This is just the way I've chosen to make it salsa today. But there's so many different varieties and ways to do this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix that up, all these colors together that look so pretty. And we're going to add half of the juice of a lime. And a little bit of salt. This is sea salt that I'm using. And then we're going to mix that up and set it aside to put over the top of our stuffed poblanos. Everything's ready. We're going to start assembling, but before I do that, I just want to show you how we're going to finish putting this filling together. The quinoa is ready. If you want to just take a peek at what that looks like, if you've never seen it before. Like I said, it's really simple because you can make it the same way that you make rice. I have 1 can of black beans that I drained and rinsed, and I'm just going to add that right in. And then I took some chili piquin, some cumin, and I think there was about a tablespoon, no, about a teaspoon, I don't know why I'm saying tablespoon, a teaspoon of each of those that I'm just going to add right in there. And we've got some chipotle. I want to get the adobo sauce for sure. I want to get some of that in there. Looks like there's some, oh, these are, oh, this is nice. This is kind of already broken up for me. So I'm going to put some of that in there with it. I'm just gonna cut up one of these chipotles. Now, if you don't like a lot of heat, then just maybe put a little bit of the sauce and don't use the actual chipotle. Put that right in there. And I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the vegetable broth and just pour it in there just to give it some moisture, just enough moisture to stir it around. And then I'm just gonna stir that all together, and voila, we have our filling. We're gonna go ahead and assemble this. Now, one thing that I failed to mention, you'll wanna salt that to taste. So after you get that all put together, take a taste. If you feel like it needs some salt, add some salt. And this is also the stage where you can make a decision. If you didn't want this to be meatless, you could fry up some chorizo and put that right in with it, and then you wouldn't have a meatless smell. But since I'm doing meatless today, we'll just stick with that. We're gonna take it, we're gonna fill up our chili. And then what I wanna do is I actually wanna put it seam side down. I'm gonna put a little extra spray here in my pan, in my baking dish. A little non-stick cooking spray. And then I'm just gonna lay that in there. And I'm just gonna continue to do that, and then we'll move to the next step. All of the chilies are stuffed. Now we're gonna put some cheese over the top. My suggestion would be a good melting white cheese. Oaxaca would be by far the first choice, but I know a lot of people don't have that available to them. So I've got some Monterey Jack here that I'm using today, and we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top of our chilies. And then we're gonna have our oven at 400 degrees, and we're gonna let this go for about 15 minutes. At the very end, if you want your cheese to kind of get that brown crusted look on the top, then you can just turn your broiler on, and you've got to watch it. Be really careful and watch it. But a lot of people like that, and just throw the broiler on for a minute and it'll just toast the cheese up. Okay, these are ready. Woo, look at this. We'll put 2 on here. Don't want to lose all my cheese. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some of this mango, avocado, and cucumber salsa that we made. We're just going to put that right over the top. And some crema. And you have a delicious vegetarian dinner. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You know that you want to eat this. So if you want to get a list of the ingredients, go to marriedtoamexican.com and hurry back and see me in the kitchen. I'll be back soon. We'll see you. Bye-bye.